Hi, I'm Kishore. I'm from India. I'm working in Germany. So Microbiome DAO is a very interesting project. Basically, we wanted to do microbiome research aligned with interests of the community, and that's why we started Microbiome DAO. If you look general microbiome industry, you can divide it into two things. One, like heavily funded by granting agencies, which focus on foundational research. And the next is the commercial side of microbiome, which is basically funded by marketing dollars. And they try to push products um, which are basically pushed by marketing dollars. Like just they do science to, prove that, okay, their product works, right? And we wanted to find a middle ground, like not going this way, just to, be honest to our customers and our users, and also not to take the foundational path because there is already a lot of money pumped into it. So we are taking a middle ground where we are trying to translate these ideas which are there from foundational research into products that would align with our community's interest. Yeah. So regarding this Poo-Rama zoo biome experiment, I was specifically interested because of the setup of this experiment, because here you find people in a very controlled setup and you have a diverse set of audience coming from different countries and mostly younger population. And the major thing is that here we are not testing any supplements or whatever. We are testing a food component. So this is altogether very interesting because we are looking at how holistic habits could improve gut health, gut microbiome health. So I think that is first reason why it interested microbiome DAO. And then the second reason is that this is first of its kind. You can see it as a decentralized trial. You're basically running a clinical trial in a very decentralized setup with communities like pop-up villages. And if this model succeeds, I think this is a real use case that you can scale up across different pop-up villages, pop-up cities. And then from there, this could pave path for a decentralized marketplace where imagine where researcher doesn't have to go through a long bureaucratic struggle to design these studies, get funding, find participants and all of that. Instead, you can go to these pop-up villages, post your idea, what you want to do, and then if community is interested, they can pick up the project, they can execute it, right? It's a very interesting thing. And that this resonates with our ideology, to decentralize science and to work with this community, building from bottom up. And all of this boxes tick, tick, tick. So I think that's why it is interesting. So if you think that gut health is predominantly depending on food, then the next question will be, where is this food coming from, right? And this food is coming from soil mostly. Like if it is plants, it's coming from soil. And the soil has its own microbiome. So imagine a condition where the soil lacks microbiome at all because of a lot of different reasons, fertilizer use and heavy pesticide use and all of that. If that's the case, there's no microbiome in the soil or not enough microbiome in the soil. And if there is no microbiome there, there's not going to be a microbiome in your plant. And if that's not going to be there, this food that you are consuming is not going to bring in the microbiome to your gut. Because if you ask this question in a very evolutionary perspective, how did this microbiome or these bacteria in our gut came into our gut in the first place, right? Then if you ask these questions, you would eventually end up seeing that, okay, it is because of the food that we ate, and the food had these microbiomes, hanging on to these plants and tubers and all of that. And that's the main reason how we got the microbiome. And we are completely ignoring soil's health, just thinking eating carrots would help. No, if the carrot doesn't have a bacteria that really, going to help you, then I think there's no point of eating carrots. Maybe you can eat it for the caloric value and the fibers, but soil health is very much connected to gut health. And I generally see this entire microbiome in a form of a holobiont. So holobiont is something that is interacting with the host and then someone who is residing in this host's environment, right? So look at this microbiome as a superorganism, which is traveling from soil into plant and then traveling through plant, and the plant is consumed by humans. It goes into humans, and then again it gets excreted out. And this, imagine if this fecal matter is ending up in a ground in an agricultural space. And then if you grow some plants in that using this fecal matter, imagine maybe you will pick up your own microbes back into the plant and you are recycling it, right? So you'll think of it as a super organism which is traveling across these different hosts, right? Yeah, I'm always for decentralized science and these sort of new movements in science which break boundaries. And as I said, this is one of its kind. And I'm happy to be part of this. Also, I'm exploring my microbiome. I want to be a biome hacker. I've been just, I started as a biome hacker. I did this for my mental health, but now I want to like really get deep into it, try different things. Since I have more awareness now regarding my microbiome, I want to spread this as well. And that's been I've been doing here, like with all the participants, trying to tell them like what is microbiome, how each fibers work and all of this, why you need a balanced diet and all of that. Very interesting part here, like a closing remark would be um, uh, this study in particular is very close to my heart because it's one of the first projects that Microbiome DAO is doing along with Zoograma and Decode Age. And we are very happy that the experiment also let us explore some other data points. For example, one thing that I always highlight is to find a relationship between what you eat and how you poop and how the microbiome looks, right? There is definitely a connection. If you look at ancient Chinese, they practiced this as a medical technique, but it's lost. So why we want to do this? Because the microbiome testing that we are doing for our participants is not so affordable. It is also not scalable. Also, it has a lot of technical barriers, right? So what if we run an AI model that connects diet, poop information, and then microbiome, and then let's say after training with a huge bunch of data, you can remove the microbiome and then ask the model to predict just by looking at diet and poop information how my gut health looks, right? If that is a place where we would arrive, I think we are so done. Like, imagine you just have to take a picture of your poop, or you just have to report your um, poop health, which is your number one bio waste, also a number one health indicator. And with that, like everyone who has a mobile phone can already start participating in microbiome health movement. And then only when you need deeper insights, you can go for microbiome tests. It's a huge impact. It will take microbiome health to different places which were inaccessible due to this technological barrier, right? And that is very interesting point here, like which I'm super hyped up for this experiment.